Greetings, everybody. It's Jeffrey Guterman, and it's time for a double header on the Strat-O-Matic Baseball Network, SBN. I'm going to make coffee, and then I'm going to give you the starting lineups for this, the first game of the double header between the Detroit Tigers at the Minnesota Twins. It's the returning world champions, Detroit Tigers, playing the best team in baseball right now, Minnesota Twins. And this should be very, very interesting. Got some big hitters in the game. Killebrew for the Twins, of course, Carew, Oliva, and the Tigers. I don't know if I want to say they have any huge hitters. Yeah, but they have some good ones. 3, 6, 8. Go. Go right. This is the first of a 4-game series. It's the first game of the doubleheader. Pitching in this first game for Detroit is Mickey Lolich, and for Minnesota, Jim Perry. For the Detroit Tigers, leading off and playing shortstop, Mickey Stanley. Batting second in center, Jim Northrup. Batting third in right, Al Kaline. Batting cleanup at first, Norman Cash. Batting fifth in left field, Willie Horton. Batting sixth at second, Tommy Matchik. Batting seventh, and catching is Jim Price. Matchik is at second. Don Wirt bats eighth at third, and Mickey Lolich, the pitcher, a left-hander. For the Minnesota Twins, leading off, Cesar Tovar in center, Rod Carew at second. Harmon Killebrew bats third, he's playing first base. Tony Oliva cleanup in right. Bobby Allison in left. Leo Cardenas at short. George Mitterwald catching. Rick Rennick bats eighth at third base. And the pitcher, a right-hander, Jim Perry. For our second game, it will be McLean for Detroit and Bob Miller for Minnesota. So we get to watch Denny McLean. I haven't updated the stats, but I know he's up there with wins. He was on an insane pace at the beginning of the season. Well over 30. I don't even want to tell you what kind of pace. Then he dropped off a bit. So we'll look forward to that after game 1250. We have a double header. The second game will start at 5 p.m. Eastern. That'll give me hopefully a chance to avoid a overheating crash of my iPhone, which happens if I'm plugged in too long. I'm not plugged in now, so it should be fine. Got about 7 minutes till game time. It's a nice crowd out here at Metropolitan Stadium in Minnesota. The Tigers come into this in second place, 15 games behind the first place Orioles, and the Twins in first place with a record of 71-29, 12 games ahead of Oakland in the American League West. And Ron McGrath has arrived. Welcome, sir. Great to have you. Whew. Oh. Excuse me. And the coffee is brewing so nicely. Kathy Harden has arrived, everybody. Superfan Kathy Harden, she's got her coffee. I'm brewing mine, and we're ready for a double header. The second game starts in 2 hours, so there'll be a gap between games, and it'll be in a different broadcast. And these 2 games will be our final broadcasts for today here on the Strat-O-Matic Baseball Network, SBN. Oh, about 2 more minutes till the Clubs take the field, till the Twins take the field. We're at Metropolitan Stadium in Minneapolis. Nice crowd, beautiful day. It's really sort of a twilight game. It's a sort of a 3 p.m. start and then 5 p.m. on the other game, so it gets into the early evening. But it's not exactly a twilight doubleheader. I think those usually start about 5:30 p.m. Oh. Oh, Lord Christ. Oh. Let's wake up and play some baseball. And the Twins take the field. And setting up the Twins defensively, Killebrew at first, Carew at second, Rennick at third, Cardenas at short. Left to right is Allison, Tovar, and Oliva. Jim Perry on the mound, Mitterwald catching him. Roseboro will catch the second game. And again, that will be McLean for Detroit and Miller, Bob Miller, for Minnesota. The tweet is up, and the tweet is good. And leading it off for Detroit will be Mickey Stanley, the shortstop. Jim Perry is ready now. He looks in, gets the sign from Mitterwald. He's into his windup. And the pitch to Stanley. 3-7. And he gets a double off the wall for Mickey Stanley. A leadoff double by Stanley. And Harden wants the Tigers. I guess I want the Tigers. I'd like to see Minnesota get swept, because the Oakland A's are playing very good baseball, but they're a tough team to beat. Here's Jim Northrup now. Perry from the stretch, and the pitch to Northrup. 4-11, grounds it to first, 1 out, and Stanley holds. Here's Al Kaline. From the stretch, Perry. And the pitch, 5-8. Grounds it to second, X. That's for Carew. 11-3. And he throws him out, 2 away, and Stanley holds. Now for Stormin' Norman Cash. Norman has been having some trouble with his back, and he's been in and out of the lineup. He's a left-handed hitter in today. Here's Perry. The pitch to Cash, 5-4. Catcher X, Mitterwald, 1-3. And he struck him out. And the side is retired, so Perry retires 3 in a row after Stanley leads off with a double. After a half, Detroit nothing, and Minnesota coming to bat. Here's Mickey Lolich now. Setting up the Tigers defensively, it's Cash at first, Matic at second, Word at third, Stanley at short, left to right in the outfield, Horton, Northrup, and Kaline. Lolich, the southpaw, on the mound, and Jim Price catching. And leading it off is Cesar Tovar. Lolich is ready. Here's the windup, the pitch to Tovar. 5-4, catcher X, Price a 3. And it's a dribbler right in front of home plate, and he bobbles it. So Price gets charged with an error, and Tovar is on. He's a double-A, 1-15, with Price 1-16. Rod Carew at the plate. Infield, Tovar being held. Here's the pitch to Carew. Tovar not going, 1-10, and it's a base hit. First and second now. Now Harmon. Oliva on deck. Lolich from the stretch. And the pitch to Harmon. 3-4. Grounds it. He walked him. That'll load the bases with Twins. How quick. And Oliva, the batter. We'll be looking to you, Mr. Perota, if you're here, for your scoring acumen. Okay, here's the pitch to Oliva with bases loaded, infield back. 4-7, struck him out. Oh, that was a big strikeout by Lolich. And here's Bobby Allison, infield back at double play depth. Here's the pitch. 3-9. Fly ball right. This is deep enough for Tovar. Kaline makes the catch and Tovar tags. That will be an unearned run because it was an error. Twins lead at 1-0. First and second, 2 down now for Leo Cardenas. Lolich, the pitch to Cardenas. 1-12, grounds it to short on the side, is retired. But there was 1 run, it was unearned. And on the error, the single, the walk, and then the fly ball to right. 2 left on. It's 1-0 Minnesota after 1. Here comes Perry now. Willie Horton leads it off. We have a lot of Strat-O-Matic 1969 baseball action for you today with the doubleheader. So come around 5 o'clock, just look on my profile and or subscribe, and you'll get the link to the second game. Here's Willie Horton. Perry into his windup. 2-3. There's a base hit up the middle for Horton to lead it off. Now Tommy Macic. Perry works from the stretch now. And the pitch to Macic. 2-6. And that is a base hit. Horton goes to third. First and third now for the Tigers. Infield back, Jim Price. And the pitch to Price. 6-7, base hit to right field. 3 singles in a row. Horton scores. It's a 1-1 ball game. Macic stretching to third. 1-14, -2, he'll hold. So it's first and second, still nobody out. 1 run in, it's 1-1. Don Word at the plate now. Perry in trouble here in the second. He's allowed 3 consecutive singles to start it off. Here's the pitch to Wirt, 4-5. Grounds it to third for the force. They get Price at second, and it's first and third, 1 out for Mickey Lolich. Here's the pitch to Lolich. 6-7, switch hitter. Base hit up the middle for Lolich, the pitcher. Macic scores. Wirt goes to third. 2-1 Tigers. Very unlikely, but The Tigers will embrace it. Lolich with the base hit. 2 runs in this inning. Tigers lead 2-1 now. Stanley at the plate. First and third, 1 out. Perry. The pitch to Stanley. 2-5. Grounds it to second, and that'll be a double play. So the side is retired finally for Perry. There were 2 runs on 4 hits, all singles, and 1 left on. And we're in the middle of the second. It's 2-1 Tigers. Here's Lolich now. Mitterwald leads off. Rennick on deck. Here's Lolich. And the pitch, 6-8. And he lines it to third, 1 out. Now Rick Rennick, the third baseman. That's right. Lolich, the southpaw. The pitch to Rennick, 3-7. Grounds it to second, 2 down for Jim Perry. Perry is switch hitter. In fact, both Lolich and Perry switch hit. Perry will bat right-handed against Lolich. 4-4. Fly ball center. Northrup makes the catch, and the side is retired. 1-2-3 for Lolich in the second. And after 2, it's a 2-1 ball game. Perry on the mound. Leading it off for Detroit here in the top of the third will be Jim Northrup. Northrup grounds it to first in the first. Here's Perry now. The wind-up, the pitch to Northrup. 6-7. Base hit up the middle. So Northrup leads off the third with a single. Here's Al Kaline. Kaline grounded to second. And the pitch to Al. 6-6. And that is a base hit again. Going to third is Northrup. Reminds me of last inning. It's first and third, no outs. And Norm Cash. Infield back. Cash struck out in the first to end the inning. 4-8. Struck him out again. That's the second for Perry. Here's Willie Horton, singled and scored last inning. It's first and third, 1 out. Perry gets the sign from Mitterwald. The pitch to Horton. 2-2. Base hit up the middle for Willie Horton. Northrup scores. Kaline goes to second. 1-13. 1-12. He'll hold. A run batted in for Horton. And it's 3-1. And here's Matrick. Matrick singled and scored in the second. Perry has allowed single after single here in the ball game. 4 in the second, 3 here in the third. It's first and second, 1 out. Here's the pitch to Matrick. Whoa, 2-6. And Matrick gets a double off the wall. Kaline scores. Horton goes to third and holds. 2 runs in this inning. It's 4-1 ball game. Second and third, one out, and there's action in the Minnesota bullpen. Lord. Warming up is Joe Grisenda, a left-hander. Now Price at the plate. Infield in with one out. Here's Perry. 6-6. Oh my, that is another double. And 2 runs score. And that's it for Jim Perry. He gets knocked out in the third. And that's 3 runs batted in for Jim Price. 4 runs in this inning. It's 6-1. And Perry is done. They've had enough. He'll come in with Price on second, still only 1 out. Perry pitched 2 1/3. He allowed 10 hits, 2 strikeouts, and he's allowed 6 runs thus far. He's responsible for Price. Grisenda is ready now. Price at the plate. Here's the pitch to Price. I'm sorry, Wirt is the batter. It's Price on second, 1 out. The pitch to Wirt, 4-7, struck him out. 2 down for Lolich. The Tigers come roaring back. They're playing decent baseball, 52-45, but you know, the Orioles are being the Orioles this season. They're 15 games out. A sweep would help a lot. Here's Lolich now at the plate. The pitch from Grisenda, 6-5, switch hitter, flies to right, and Oliva makes the catch. The side is over, but there were 4 big runs for the Tigers. And it's 6-1 after 2.5, knocking out Jim Perry. Meanwhile, Lolich, he allowed 1 unearned run in the first. Leading it off will be Tovar. He reached on the error and scored on a sacrifice fly by Allison. Lolich, the windup. The pitch to Tovar, walked him. Always a problem. They're down by 5. He's being held, but he won't go. Down by 5. Here's Rod Carew. I don't know why I decide that, but here's Carew now. They need hits. 5-7. Grounder to second. That's scooped by Matic, a 3. 18-3. It's a re-roll. At second base, 17-3. That's a re-roll. 23, that's a re-roll. You ever get scared, it won't stop. 11-3, and he forces him at first. So Carew on first with 1 out. He's being held. Now Killebrew. Lolich throws. Killebrew hits. And it's deep, and it's gone to left, over the left field wall for Killebrew. And that sure helped a lot. 3-5, 1-18, it's gone. Harmon Killebrew, and if you've been following the Twins, he's been hitting a lot of home runs. There's a 2-run home run. And that's going to make it 6-3. 2-run homer off Lolich. Here's Tony Oliva now with 1 out and nobody on. Woo! Did he hit that? Here's Lolich. And the pitch to Oliva, 3-10. It's a base hit to left. So Lolich having his problems now. Bob Allison, the batter. Here's the pitch. 5-3. Fly ball right. K-line. Makes the catch. Oliva holds. So there's 2 away with Oliva on first. And Leo Cardenas, the batter. Here's the pitch to Cardenas. 5-7. Grounder to second. Matic. 19-3. Reroll. 8-3. Throws him out. Down the side is retired. But 2 runs on a 2-run home run by Killebrew after Carew reached on a force following Tovar's walk. And after 3, it's 6-3 ball game. Well, here's Joe Grisenda. He pitched 2/3 to end the inning in the 3rd in relief of Perry, who got slammed for 4 runs on 3 singles and 2 doubles. He allowed 4 singles in the 2nd inning for 2 runs. Leading it off will be Mickey Stanley, top of the 4th. Here's Grisenda now. And the pitch to Stanley. 4-5. Grounder to short. Cardenas. 9-2. Oh, he boots it. Leo Cardenas with the error. First error for the Twins. Stanley on first now to lead it off. And here's Northrop. 1 for 2 today. In fact, everybody in this lineup has a hit. And we're only in the top of the 4th with no outs. Oh, Lord, look at that. Here's Northrop now. Grisenda. And the pitch, 3-9. Walked him. First and second. Nobody out. K-line. Not a pitcher's duel, to say the least. Grisenda has first and second, no outs. The pitch to K-line. 3-7. And K-line gets a base hit. Stanley scores. It's unearned. Northrop goes to 3rd. That's 7-3 now. First and third, no outs. And here's Norm Cash. And the pitch to Cash. 1-9, struck him out. That's the second for Joe Grisenda. 1 away with first and third. And here's Willie Horton. Willie 2 for 2, 2 singles. Scored twice. 1-7, struck him out. That's the third for Grisenda. And Tommy Matic with 2 outs, first and third. Tommy 2 for 2. Pitch from Grisenda, and it chops it to first. Killebrew has it, steps on the bag, and the side is retired. But another run for Detroit, an unearned run. And in the middle of the fourth, it's 7-3 Tigers over the Twins. Here comes Lolich, who's had his issues. He allowed an unearned run in the first, and then a 2-run home run to Killebrew in the third. Tigers looking for him to settle down. Mitterwald will lead it off. Mitterwald 0 for 1. Lolich winds. The pitch to Mitterwald. He struck him out. That's the second strikeout for Lolich. Here's Rick Runnick. And the pitch from Lolich. 1-8. Base hit to left field by Rennick. And there'll be a hitter for Grisenda. He pitched 1 2/3. He allowed 1 hit, 1 walk, and 2 strikeouts, and no earned runs. Coming in for Grisenda to pitch to the top of the 5th will be Jerry Kreider, a right-hander. Crider. He'll be the 3rd Minnesota pitcher. The hitter now, with Rennick on first and 1 out, is Rich Reese. Oh, no. Yeah, Rich Reese. He can hit lefties, as far as I'm concerned. That's left. Well, we'll hold off on that. Maybe somebody else. Maybe that wasn't a great idea. Oh Lord, there's nobody else. Really, they have all left-handers who can do anything. The rest of them can't hit the side of a barn. So it will be Rich Reese after all. Even though he's a left-handed hitter. It's happened. Reese steps in. He's starting the next game, by the way, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, he is. So Reese steps in. Again, it's Rennick on first with 1 out. Here's Lolich. 4-5, struck him out. 3rd strikeout for Lolich. And that brings up Tovar. Tovar 0 for 1, a walk, scored after reaching on an error for the first Twin 3 Detroit. 2 outs, Rennick on first, Tovar at the plate. Lolich and the pitch. 2-9. And he flies it to left. That's for Horton, and the side is retired. No runs for the Twins. And after 4, it's 7-3, Detroit. New pitcher for Minnesota, Jerry Kreider, a right-hander. And he'll pitch to the bottom 3rd for Detroit, Price, Wirt, and Lolich. Jim Price, 2 for 2, a single and a double. And 3 runs batted in. Lord. Here's Kreider. Let me get some coffee. Top of the 5th. Yeah. And I'll be doing that other stuff at the end of game 2. Absolutely. Okay, Kreider now. His first batter is Jim Price. Here's the pitch to Price. 2-6. Pops it up to short. And Cardenas makes the catch, 1 down. Now Don Wirt, 0 for 2. I made an error. I said everyone had a hit. He doesn't have a hit. But everyone but him. Here's Kreider now. 4-7. Lines it to 3rd, 2 outs. Right at Rick Rennick. And Lolich is the batter. Lolich singled home a run in the 2nd. 5-12, switch hitter, fly ball right, And Oliva makes the catch, and there's a 1-2-3 for Kreider in relief. We're in the middle of the fifth here. Lolich takes the mound to pitch to Carew. Killebrew on deck, Oliva in the hole. This is the heart of the order now. Here's the pitch to Carew. 6-7, struck him out. That's the third by Lolich. And now Harmon walked and hit a 2-run home run. The Twins trail by 4 here. Bottom of the fifth, 1 out. Here's the pitch to Harmon. 1-6. He walked him. Well, that's one way to pitch to Harmon Killebrew. Don't. And Tony Oliva is the batter. Tony 1 for 2 today. Killebrew on first, 1 down. Lolich from the stretch. And the pitch to Tony, 5-4, catcher X, Price, 19-3. That's a re-roll. 15-3, he fouls out. Price makes the catch. It's 2 away. And Bobby Allison with 2 outs and Killebrew on first. Here's Lolich. The pitch to Allison. 2-8. And it's hit deep to center. Back goes Northrup. And he makes a diving catch. Beautiful catch by Northrup to save a lot, I'll tell you that. No runs, no hits. The walk to Killebrew, left on base after 5. 7-3 Tigers. Kreider comes in. He retired the side in order in his first inning of relief. It'll be the top of the Tigers lineup. Mickey Stanley to lead it off. 1 for 3, a double. Reached on an error and scored an unearned run. Here's Kreider now. Top of the 6th. And the pitch from Kreider. 2-5. Grounds it to second, 1 out. Kreider has retired the 4 batters he's faced. Now Jim Northrup. Northrup 1 for 2 with a walk. 1-5. And it's hit well. It's hit deep. And it's gone by Jim Northrup. Just cleared the fence. Oh my. Let's look at that again. 1-5, home run 1-2, and it's a 2. Lord help us. Jim Northrup with a solo blast just to rub it in. Oh my. That's going to make it 8-3. Kreider had retired the first 4 batters, and then Northrup knocks it just over the fence for a home run. Tigers 8, Twins 3 now. Al Kaline comes up 2 for 3. Kreider winds. 6-4. Flies it to center field. Tovar 2-2. And he makes the catch. 2 down. And here's Stormin' Norman, who has been striking out 3 times today. Lord. Here's the payoff pitch from Kreider. 6-12. Walked him. So Norman is patient. He reaches first on a walk with 2 outs. And here's Willie Horton. And the pitch, 4-2. Grounded to first. That's for Killebrew. 18-4. Oh, that's a he grabs it and steps on the bag. Nice play by Harmon. So the side is retired. There was one run. There was one hit. The home run by Northrup with one out. Cash walked, was left on base in the middle of the sixth. 8-3 Tigers. Lolich now to face Cardenas, Mitterwald, and Rennick. Bottom of the sixth. Here's the pitch to Leo. 3-8. Base hit to left for Leo. Off Lolich. Now George Mitterwald. Cardenas on first. No outs. 2-4. Grounds it to short. Double play. Oh, and that was beautifully turned by Stanley. So it's 2 outs, nobody on. And Rick Rennick is the batter. Singled and grounded to second. .111. Fly ball left. That's Horton, and the side is retired. No runs for the Tigers. And after 6, it's still 8-3 ball game. Kreider, will get another inning. Then there'll be a pinch hitter for him in the bottom of the 7th. It's Matic to lead it off. Here's Kreider now. The pitch to Matic. 5-7. Walked him. Matic takes first. Here's Jim Price, 2 for 3. And the pitch from Kreider. 2-9. Struck him out. That's the first strikeout by Jerry Kreider. 1 away, and here's Don Wirt, the only hitless batter in the Tigers lineup. 4-10. He grounds it to short, double play. So the side is retired. No runs, no hits to walk, none left. Middle of the 7th inning stretch. And it's 8-3 Tigers. We hope you're enjoying this ball game. Brought to you courtesy of the Strat-O-Matic Baseball Network. And we here at SBN appreciate you hanging with us. There's going to be a hitter for Jerry Kreider, as we said. Twins down by 5. Sort of a rare event. The new pitcher will be Al Worthington, a right-hander. He will be the 4th pitcher for the Twins today. Kreider pitched 3 innings. Decent baseball. He allowed 1 hit. He walked 2, struck out 1, and allowed 1, which was on the solo home run by Northrup. Now the hitter coming in. To face Lolich, the left-hander. Oh, Christ. It will be Tom Tashinsky. Tom Tashinsky, he's a right-handed hitter. He hit 191, but God help us, if we put up another lefty against Lolich, we'll never hear the end of it. So Tashinsky, who's the 3rd string catcher, and really one of the only right-handed batters, because they all have gotten stocked up in this Minnesota lineup. Here's Tashinsky to lead off pinch hit. Certainly be a pinch runner if he makes it. Here's Lolich now. 5-12, grounds it to first. Cash makes the play, 1 out. Tashinsky is retired. Top of the order, Tovar. Don't count these Twins out just yet. Tovar 0 for 2, a walk. Reached on an error and scored. Lolich. The pitch to Tovar. 6-4. Grounds at the third. That's for Wirt. And he throws him out. 2 away. Now Rod Carew. Rodney is 1 for 3. Singled. Set up the unearned run. Reached on a force. Came home on Killebrew's home run and struck out. Here's the pitch to Rodney with 2 outs. 3-9. Struck him out again. Lolich. And that's the 4th strikeout for Mickey. The side is retired. It was 1-2-3. We've gone 7. And it's Tigers 8, Twins 3. Now Al Worthington takes the mound. And Lolich leads it off. 2-6, struck him out. 1 down. Now Mickey Stanley, 1 for 4. Scored an unearned run after reaching on an error by Cardenas. Here's Worthington, the windup. The pitch to Stanley, 1-2. He's hit by the pitch. So Stanley takes first with 1 out, and Northrup comes up 2 for 3. A single and scored and hit a solo blast. He also walked. Worthington working from the stretch now. Stanley on first was hit by a pitch. Here's the pitch to Northrup, 1-5. It's hit deep again, and it's a double. Off the wall in center field. Stanley goes to third. Will he come home? 1-15. Tovar -1, 1-14. Here comes Stanley, even though they don't really need the run. And the throw, and he's safe. And Northrup goes to third on the throw. That makes it a 9-3 ball game, just to rub it in. Northrup with his second run batted in. And Al Kaline is the batter. Lord. Kaline 2 for 4. Northrup on third, one out. Struck him out. That's 2 for Worthington. And here comes Cash. 3 strikeouts and a walk. Put some wood on it, Norman. Worthington, the pitch to Cash. 2-7, and he does. It's a base hit. Scoring Northrup. Norm Cash comes through. And it's 10-3. We're watching the best team in baseball getting walloped here. It happens to even the best teams. So Cash on first, he feels good now. He's another one who didn't have a hit. I had said everyone did. No. Boy, I blew that one. Cash now got a hit. Here's Horton now. With Cash on first, 2 down. 5-5, struck him out. So, if there's a bright side, Worthington struck out the side. But he allowed 2 more runs, and it's now 10-3 Tigers. Bottom of the 8th, Lolich has gone all the way. Very consistent today. Harmon Killebrew will lead it off. And I'm going to top off my coffee for the last cup of this game. We'll start some coffee for the second game, but we'll quit quickly for the other stuff. We'll just take a little coffee for the second game just to take the edge off. Oh, Christ. This is a kind of good game, Kathy Harden. This is a game where the Tigers get to flex their muscles. You know what I'm saying? Big rapport builder, and we'll see how they do starting McLean in game 2. I think they'd be favored for a sweep. Here comes Killebrew, bottom of the 8th, 10-3 Tigers. Lolich, the pitch to Harmon, 6-9, and there is a base hit for Harmon. His second hit of the game. Remember, he hit a 2-run home run. Here's Oliva. Keep the ball low, Mickey. Keep the ball low. Here's the pitch to Tony. 5-6, struck him out. That's the 5th for Mickey Lolich, and how gratifying to get Tony Oliva on strikes. Here's Bobby Allison now. Allison 0 for 2, a sacrifice fly, brought in the first run. It was unearned in the first. Pitch from Lolich, 6-10, fly ball left. There's Horton, 2 outs. And Leo. With 2 outs, Killebrew on first. Oh. This game is running 46 minutes. Pretty rapid for a live broadcast game. Here's the pitch to Leo. 3-6. Struck him out. Oh, Lolich. Very strong there. The side is retired. No runs, 1 hit, 1 left. We're heading to the 9th. 10-3 Tigers. And Worthington starts his second inning of relief. Allowed 2 runs in the 8th. Here's Matrick to lead it off. The only Tiger without a hit in this lineup is Don Wirt. He'll get a chance again, maybe. Yes, Matrick. The pitch from Worthington, 3-12, grounds at the second, 1 away. Now Jim Price. Price 2 for 4. Here's the pitch. 6-9, and it's hit well, but caught by Allison in left field. It almost cleared. Oh, is that a nice catch? 2 outs. And Don Wirt has a chance here to get a hit, and thereby every Tiger would have a hit today in the lineup. Here's the pitch to Wirt, 3-10, and bang, there it goes. Deep to left field, it's gone. Don Wirt does it. Every hitter now has a hit, and Wirt does it with style. A solo home run, my Lord. Oh, off Worthington. Oh, Jesus. He did have 14. He doesn't sound like he'd have 14 because his name, Don Wirt, sounds like squirt. You know, you're a little squirt, you know that? But Wirt slams it over the wall. Let's look at it again. 3-10. 1-15, that's a 3. It's gone. Everyone has a hit in the lineup, including Lolich, and now including Wirt. 11-3 ball game, just to rub it in. And here comes Lolich. Oh, Lord. Here's the pitch to Mickey. Struck him out. The side is retired. So we're heading to, oops, that was a frickin', I made a 0 there. That should be a 1. Lord, that makes everything look ugly. Oh. I don't have any white out, but that's a 1. Okay. Uh, uh, that's going to be 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 to 3 ball game. Here comes Lolich to close it, to finish it, to complete it. It will be Mitterwald, Rennick, and a pinch hitter. Here's George Mitterwald now. Lolich winds, and the pitch. Whoa, 6-7. Walked him. Now Rick Rennick. The pitch from Lolich. 5-8. Flies to right. I'm sorry. K-Line makes the catch. 1 out. Mitterwald holds. Let's see who's hitting now for Worthington. Worthington pitched 2 innings, 3 hits, no walks, 4 strikeouts, and 3 runs. The hitter, with 1 out and Mitterwald on first against Lolich, the left-hander. God almighty. There's no righties. The only right-hander is really, it's Frank Quilisi, who hit 174. So, okay, fine. Quilisi. Be better off seeing if there's any pitcher who has a good rating. Mitterwald on first, 1 out. Here's the pitch to Frank Quilisi. 6-6, struck him out. 7th for Lolich. And you know, Lolich has let up some runs, but don't take this away from him. This has been a very good pitching day for him. Here's Tovar, 0 for 3 and walked. It's Mitterwald on first, 2 outs. The pitch to Cesar, 6-8, and that is a line drive to third, caught by Wirt. And the ball game is over. The final score, Detroit 11, Minnesota 3. The win, Lolich, a complete game. And I say give him the MVP. He pitched 9. He allowed 6 hits. He walked 4, struck out 7, and allowed 2 earned runs. The loss goes to Jim Perry. Tough game for Jim. The final line, the Tigers, 11 runs on 12 hits and 1 error. The Twins, 3 runs on 6 hits and 1 error. A very unusual game. I don't know why. The Twins have lost games. They've lost 29 before. But look at that record, 71-29. Now they're 71-30. And we have about an hour until game 2, and this should be a beauty. The Tigers will come into this 53-45 after having won the first game 11-3, and the Tigers are now 14.5 behind in second place. I'm sure the Orioles aren't worried. And Minnesota 71-30, and their lead shrinks to 11.5, and that's not insurmountable by Oakland. So we look forward to seeing you 5 p.m. sharp here on the Strat-O-Matic Baseball Network. My name's Jeffrey Guterman. Stay strong, stay well. Thank you, Kathy Harden, and thank you everybody else for being part of the Strat-O-Matic Baseball Network.